I feel like I am pretty soft-spoken. My name's Garrett Russell, and I shout words and write things in a band called Silent Planet.
Silent Planet is a 5-piece heavy metal band from Los Angeles. Garrett Russell sings lead vocals, with Spencer Keane and Mitchell Stark on guitar, Thomas Freckleton on bass, and Alex Camarena on drums. The band's name comes from a C.S. Lewis classic work of fiction called Out of the Silent Planet.
We were all a bunch of college nerds when I started this band in 2009, and I was a literature major. And so we thought, you know, we kind of incorporate literature into what we're doing. And we all love C.S. Lewis, and our drummer, that was his favorite book. And really interested in the idea that we live on the silent planet, that Earth is the silent planet, because that's what C.S. Lewis is talking about. And we're experiencing an existential separation from one another, and this inability to understand each other because of sin, because of selfishness.
Garrett says the band is breaking down barricades to bridge the gap between the church and the rock music culture.
I'm here because I love Jesus, and because Jesus has transformed my life. And I want people to encounter the love of God that I found in a non-religious setting and to experience God like freely. That's why I've been doing this for 7 years and worked towards the new stage for us, but it's really been the same thing for 7 years. It's just we've kind of graduated to a place where we're allowed to be on this tour now, and it's exciting.
This is the power of Jesus healing me from the darkness.
To be honest, I think being here has empowered my desire for people to know the love of Jesus, because I see that need, you know?
They released their first full-length album, The Night God Slept, in the fall of 2014. The songs deal with topics like sex trafficking in America and the bombing of Hiroshima. Their second full-length album is called Everything Was Sound, released only a month ago while on Warped Tour. It addresses issues like post-traumatic stress in the song Panic Room, to Orphan, a song that sets out to challenge prejudices. The lyrics have already started to reach people.
Yesterday, a young man came up to me and said our song Panic Room about PTSD helped him to forgive his father who abused him growing up because of what his father had gone through in Vietnam. This song, it helped him to reconcile with his father, who's not in his life, but to understand why his father was like that. I met a girl who was a survivor of sexual assault, and she said the fact that we could be like a Christian band and talk about these social issues was big for her, to be able to be a Christian but also to stand up and say, no, like, sexual assault's not right. That was like, I'm like, you're why we do this.
Less than a month after release, Everything Was Sound is climbing the Billboard charts, reaching #1 for both Christian and hard rock albums, and finding a place on the Billboard Top 200.
It's definitely kind of nerve-wracking, you know, when you put out an album. I feel both nervous and good about the fact that what we write, we don't think too much about like who's gonna listen to it, what genre will this be perceived as, what will people think, how is this relevant in concordance to like what other bands are doing. We're just kind of like doing it, you know what I mean? And what comes out of it is maybe a song like Panic Room, which is sort of maybe a couple different genres inside of a song, but it's like what we wanted to write, and I was proud of my guys for the cool music they wrote and tried to do it justice with what we were writing about.
When writing the songs, Garrett has one primary goal: to integrate his faith with the music culture.
I believe that to be a Christian is to be integrative. And it's sad because I think a lot of people's experience of Christians has been largely segregative. And Jesus is integration, I believe.
And he's not only reaching fans at Warped Tour. Members of the church community are also supporting the Silent Planet mission.
You know, maybe there's certain churches that wouldn't want us to play, or certain festivals that would ask us not to come back. But, you know, overall, I do I've experienced way more love from the church than negativity. Love and Jesus are interchangeable to me. I have found no love outside of the love of God, and only in God have I seen love, and have I been able to experience love with other people because of the love I was experiencing with God.